I initially instigated Chris about 10 years ago. I was a personal trainer. I'd heard about some of the great stuff he had started doing around Orange. Here we are 10 years later. Always had him in the back of my mind because of the great work he's done with businesses around town and around the Central West. Being coached by Chris has helped primarily through the accountability of making sure we set goals, strategic goals, and achieve those in a set amount of time. I think without that, you're sort of swimming in the deep end without any guidance or help. He's also helped us with our business plan and our model and how we go about that in a really set amount of time. If you don't have a coach and someone hovering over you saying you need to do this, you need to get this done, you're wandering in the dark. So that's the biggest thing I take out of Chris's coaching. The thing I like about Chris's coaching style is that he's got a good mix of warmth in terms of the way he approaches his role, but also you know when you might not have met his expectations because he'll let you know. And I think that's the beauty of coaching. You wouldn't want a coach that tiptoed around and said, you're doing really well. There's none of that. You know where you stand with Chris, and it's really, really helpful in the business environment. Whilst it can be early on an investment that you don't think you can afford or you don't think you get value out of it, from day dot, when you're doing the initial meetings and working out your strategy and where you want to take your business, I don't think you can achieve that without having someone who understands the business world, makes you accountable to all of those 1%ers and the basics of business that you probably think you know, but you don't until you sit down with Chris. Yes, it makes you vulnerable and opens you up to criticism and that accountability that coaches give you. But in doing that, you expose all of your weaknesses, you strengthen all of those things, and that's the thing that makes you step above your competitors and stand out in the industry that you've chosen to conduct your business in. The biggest results that we've gained from having Chris as our business coach would be the fact that we really know our numbers now. So prior to taking over the business, it was a bit of a blasé affair in terms of our profit and loss, our margins, our cost of goods. Now we know all of that and we know where we sit. So on a weekly, daily basis, we can understand and gain a bit of a feeling for the atmosphere of where we sit for that week. Are we tracking towards our goals? What do we need to do? And that sort of guides all of our strategy around business. So what we do with our marketing, what we need to do in the future, where have we failed? And I think those simple things that if you went around town and said to a business owner, what's the margin on that donut? They're not going to know. We know that sort of number. So that's a massive plus for our end.